Well, welcome. Mission Sports TV back on the air. A special Friday night presentation of basketball going into MLK weekend, Coach. And joining me is Coach Terrence Harris of your Mission Prep Royals, coming in with a 9-9 record, hosting the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. A tough matchup tonight, Coach. How do we get above 500 tonight and get that 1-0?
Oh man, we got ourselves a good matchup tonight with a really skilled and really aggressive San Joaquin Memorial team, and we're gonna have to execute, And shooters got to shoot. We got to be an aggressive team executing. Shooters got to knock some down, and then I think a really good defensive presence. We've been working on execution on offense and just our presence on defense, our spacing on defense, and I think tonight will be a good test for us. They've got a couple of bigs, a couple of shooters, and if our guys can do a good job maintaining proper position on the defensive end and executing on offense, we'll like what we get.
And I've been told there's a new face in the lineup tonight, and there's a couple of players sitting out for various reasons. Who do we have in the lineup, and who are we missing tonight?
Yeah, we've got Jack Marshalik making his debut with the varsity squad right now. Jack is another one of those talented sophomores, great competitor, great athlete, and we're missing our big bodies. We're missing Kaysen, we're missing Cole Taylor. Those guys are out. Hopefully they'll be back on Monday. We'll miss their presence here today, no doubt. And then we've got Braden Garrett, who's out for the next several weeks, and so we've got a next man up mentality. It creates opportunity for the next guy. We make no excuses. We show up to play the game. We show up to compete, and here we go.
And Coach, I appreciate you joining us. Let's you get back with us, God. And our coming up in just moments will be our matchup between the Mission Prep Royals and the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. And joining me on the broadcast will be Matt Drake, former Cal Poly champion in baseball. And he just put his headset on, so we'll jump right back into the swing of things and introduce Matt Drake. As I said, Matt is a baseball champion at Cal Poly many moons ago.
Many moons ago, yes.
Give us a little bit of history about who you are, Matt, for those who may not know you.
I'm a Central Coast native. I went to Arroyo Grande High School and enjoyed my time there playing sports, and then went to Cal Poly and played baseball there back in the late 80s, early 90s, back when I always joke Division 29, and we had a team that was fortunate enough to get some breaks and play well enough to win a national championship back in 1989. And since then, I've coached a bit here on the Central Coast, and I'm a teacher in the North County.
What do you teach?
I'm a social studies teacher in the Pastoral School District.
What is your favorite subject within social studies to teach?
My favorite, and I'm no longer doing it, for about 15 years I taught AP macroeconomics. And that was probably my favorite subject. I like government and history as well, but surprisingly, macroeconomics became my favorite subject to teach.
That is interesting. Economics out of a social study,
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't realize, you kind of go, why isn't economics in math? But economics is about people making decisions under the conditions of scarcity. So they put it into social sciences as opposed to a math discipline. Pretty interesting.
And then you also have the social constructs of division within economic structures. That's part of the social structure,
yes.
Right?
When I started teaching AP macroeconomics, it actually helped me, I think, understand and become a better history teacher and government teacher.
Okay. See, I know a little bit about economics, just a hair, not a terrible amount. But our matchup tonight, a great team. The San Joaquin Memorial Panthers come in tonight 16-3, and they're 3-0 in the County Metro 1 League, which is the top league in the Fresno area. And they're coached by head coach Brad Rosnowski. And Mission Prep coached by Terrence Harris. He's in his 20th season. And we have a couple players out tonight, as Coach mentioned. Cole Taylor, Braden Garrett, and Kason Nico all out of the lineup, with Braden Garrett being a long-term absence. And then we see Jack Marshalik come into the lineup, the forward sophomore, who is well known around these parts. He's a starting quarterback for David Schuster's football team here at Mission Prep. And I think this will be a good matchup for him to be introduced in. He's used to taking hits, and these are some big boys coming in from San Joaquin Memorial. Yeah. And San Joaquin Memorial wearing their road blacks. This is their first of 2 stops on their Central Coast tour. Tonight, Mission College Prep. Tomorrow night, St. Joseph High School. So they're going to have their hands full tonight and tomorrow night, because the Royals are a scrappy team. And no matter if they're down by 10 or they're down by 45, they continue to fight until the final bell. And let's talk about these Royals. Starting off with the man I dubbed the mustache. I think you're very familiar with this young man. Hunter Drake, your son, averaging 13.4 a game with 5 rebounds a game on average. A very impressive part of the lineup. He joins Deuce Kellogg in leading this squad, who has 18.1 a game and 3.8 rebounds. And they're really going to miss Kason Nico tonight, because he's joined the squad just on December 30th, or I believe that was when he joined the squad, the last day of the Pasadena tournament. He's been averaging 11 points a game, almost 12, and grabbing 7 boards a game.
Right. They're going to miss his presence underneath the boards. I think having him, it relieves some of the pressure, obviously, for these guys to rebound, and he's being around the basket, getting those boards. But I think, going back to the mustache, that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of. He has 5 rebounds a game. He needs to get in there rebound. He needs to, I think all of them need to make a concerted effort to get better on the offensive boards. But that rebounding, you get rebounds is what wins games and what wins championships as well. So you got to get those boards.
Yeah, because it gives you second, third chance opportunities underneath the basket instead of the one and done, and you're going back on defense.
And that's what you want to do on defense, is give the other team the one and done. That's why it's important.
Yes. And we'll come back with our opening tip-off in moments, as we are met by the officials here at the scorer's table. I appreciate you joining us for a little pregame chat-up between myself, Coach Terrence Harris, and Matt Drake, who will be joining us for tonight's broadcast. We're going to have the prayer, national anthem. We'll be back with opening tip-off and introductions of the starters in just moments. Thanks for being with us on Mission Sports TV.
We pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, strong and faithful God. As we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Fans, please remain standing. Remove your hats and face towards the flag on the north end of the gym as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. athletics promotes good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, and more intimidating actions directed at players, coaches, officials, or other spectators will not be tolerated. Let's meet the starting line for your mission. At the forward position, a sophomore number 20, Blake Boudreaux. At guard, senior number 4, Colton Knox. At guard, senior number 22, Jackson Esparza. At guard, senior number 2, Deuce Kellogg. And at guard, senior number 1, Hunter Trey. And from coach Ross Herrera, and coach of Mission Prep, Terrence Harris.
And it is time to get underway courtside. Gary West coming across the scorer's table. Meeting in the center circle for the jump, Parker Spies. And going to be Deuce Kellogg. Normally it would be Case and Nico, but the jump man not here tonight. And the music blaring in the background. And the opening tip to the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. We're underway. The Panthers wearing their road blacks with red trim. Mission Prep wearing their home whites with navy trim. Passed into the corner. Lob to the far side. And the drive in, lost, recovered by Esparza. And the Royals going the other way, looking for the first points of the contest. Deuce Kellogg into the corner, up top to the mustache. Passed around. Mott to Blake Boudreaux. Boudreaux drives that baseline. He's swatted from the back by Sindhu. And offensive possession on the offensive board. Royals with the ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Shot, Esparza off target, rebounded by San Joaquin Memorial.
Looked like number 11 got a piece of that. It was a nice block.
And baseline drive thrown up top. Quick pass. Spin, the drive, the shot, up and good. Alarinjois.
It's a tough move to defend right there.
And our score 2-0 early here in the first quarter. San Joaquin Memorial first to strike. And that drive to the lane, good for Deuce Kellogg, averaging 18 points a game, 2 on the board. And San Joaquin Memorial averaging 67.7 a game, giving up 53, a plus 14.2 margin. And we're tied 2-2 here in the first quarter. Sindhu up top, guarded by Boudreaux. Trying to shake off Boudreaux, the pass to his left. At the rim, the shot good for Silverstone. And San Joaquin Memorial up 4-2. Quick tempo here in the first quarter for both these squads.
Yes, I think San Joaquin Memorial probably favors them a little at tempo, but we'll see how it goes here.
And the miss from Colton Mott, and Mott with the steal back. The Royals getting a second opportunity. Hunter Drake in the corner, looking for an outlet down low, inside to Deuce Kellogg, and the Bull Assyrial overflows with free throws. Olariwaja with the foul. Dominic Olariwaja, a sophomore forward, 2 points, 1 foul. Deuce Kellogg can't get the first one to sink. 2 points for Deuce, senior guard.
He has a great ability to get to the free throw line, Kellogg.
In his 3 years on varsity, he has 575 points, including tonight 577. Misses both free throws, 0 for 2 at the free throw line. 4-2 our score. And the lob dunk, good to Spees. 6-2. And I believe I saw Spees play. This is the last time San Joaquin Memorial was in this house. We're going the other way. Olariwaja at the rim. He's fouled hard. And he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Good hustle back on defense by Kellogg right there. See how he shoot free throws here.
Last time these two teams met was in neutral site action in a tournament play, or I believe this was a MLK day. 51-80 was the score. The Panthers picking up the win. Vision Prep in 4 meetings since 2004 have not picked up a win over the Panthers.
Yeah, good program. You can see they're well coached. Just in some of the things they're doing on the floor already.
And 4 points for Olariwaja, making both free throws. 6-point lead for the Panthers. As they rotate the ball into the left corner, and the drive to the rim, no good for Kellogg. Olariwaja with the rebound. And a quick pass inside results for 2 points for Spees. And a timeout taken by the Royals. And at this point, you've coached a little bit of basketball. What do you think Coach Harris is telling this squad in the huddle?
Well, I think number one, I think he likes their aggressiveness. They're coming out, they're being aggressive, and you want that. You play a team that you know it's going to be a tough opponent. You have to be assertive. I think what always concerns a coach is when you play a team like this is defensive breakdowns. You have to be on point. In that last situation, you got to get somebody in a help situation, taking away that cutter, and those are the things that'll kill you against a good team like this.
And the Royals suiting up 9 tonight. Only 4 on the bench. Those 4 tonight being Cannon trainer Asher Lerner, Jacob Martinez, and Jack Marcelic. Deuce Kellogg accepts the inbounds. Heavy pressure from Silverstrom. Pass to Esparza. Esparza gets a screen from Hunter. And the pass inside to Boudreau. And the Deuce give the assist to Mott.
That was a great job of Mott being more aggressive than the defense and getting something out of it.
And taking a wide open shot off the front of the iron. No good for Sindhu. The rebound to Hunter Drake, and Deuce Kellogg spins at the rim. Rebounded by Esparza and turned over back to the Panthers as they try to maintain possession with the streaking Royals coming up court. Sindhu, deep three-pointer on the button.
If they're doing that consistently, it's going to be a really tough night. They're shooting, making them from there.
And that's our first three-pointer of the contest. 13-4, Royals down by 9. And the turnover back to the Panthers. And the layup at the rim, good.
There's a situation here where I think the Royals are a little bit caught up in the tempo of San Joaquin Memorial. Need to slow it down a little bit.
Royals need to play their ball. Shot in the corner. Hunter Drake, the mustache, is here. 15-7. And the mustache starts to heat up here at Cowitz Court. Baseline drive, kicked out into the left corner. Three-pointer, good on the point. Jackson Silverstrom with his first three-pointer, second of the night for the Panthers. They have an 11-point lead, 18-7, 2:35 on the clock. Esparza kicks it in the corner. Hunter Drake sends it sailing. Back-to-back three-pointers for Hunter Drake.
I think that shot's a little too soon, but if you're going to make it, it helps out. But probably move the ball a little bit more and see if you can't get a better shot and try to control a little bit of this tempo.
And traveling called Alaranja. Jackson Silverstrom checks out. Jaden Johnson onto the court for the Panthers. Mott taking it up court. Royals yet to have a substitution.
Nice move.
Shakes the defender. Mott puts it up, can't connect.
I like that aggressiveness. Good move.
And Sajin Sindhu with the rebound. Three-pointer from the near side, up and over. Out of bounds off of San Joaquin Memorial. Mission prep ball. Mission Prep down by 8. 18-10 is our score. Trainer has checked in for the Royals.
Nice.
And the drive on the baseline swatted away and pushed forward. Sindhu laying it in as Hunter Drake contests. 5 points for Sindhu, 20-10, 10-point lead. Royals trying to close the gap here in the late moments of the first quarter. Trainer passes Esparza back up top to Kalak, who takes it inside the arc.
There it is.
And to Mott with 8 on the shot clock. Royals take a jump shot at the corner. Left elbow, no good. And the alley-oop at the rim, can't connect to Spees. And Mott
looked like there was a little contact
with
there.
a shot that looked like it was going nowhere,
Good
drops
finish,
in.
good finish.
And there's about a 0.6-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as Sindhu drops his second three-pointer, the third one for San Joaquin Memorial. And 10 seconds now in the first quarter. Kick to the corner. Trainer blocked. And with 5.1, it's going to be mission prep ball. Aiden Walters enters the game. Drake sends it up. Off target, Drake with 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Royals down by 11. Our score, 23-12. We'll be back with second quarter action in just moments. And we're back. Let's get that camera back on the screen. There we go. And second quarter action underway. Matt Drake, Brian Stanley with you. Pass in the corner to Colton Mott. Drives that baseline. And he's met by the big man and the cut to the rim. Clean cut.
Nice.
And the bucket for Kellogg.
And now the Royals, they have a tough assignment. They're going to have to play great interior defense and get out on these shooters that can knock down the three as well.
And the deficit was 11 coming into the quarter, now 9. Royals with a big gap to close. Shaw up top, now inside. Sindhu, first to 10. If this was a race, he would have won. 25-14, Sindhu sets at 10. And the shot, bouncing, almost taken, but bounces out, no good for Trainer. Met at the baseline by Esparza, passed up top to Sindhu, back inside. And the reverse layup, good for Parker Spees. Spees with 6, 27-14.
That's where Nico's really missed right there. Give that guy a little bit of trouble underneath the basket.
And getting ready to check in is Jack Marshalik and Asher Lerner. Pass underneath to Esparza, out to Mott, who brings it inside. He's swatted, turned over on the rebound, taken by Walters. Sindhu, three-pointer, and he's just connecting them like it's Lego blocks.
Yeah, he's definitely a sharpshooter. I believe that's his third. He had a nice move in the inside a couple minutes ago as well, a couple possessions
That is
ago.
his third of the game, first of the quarter. He had 2 in the first quarter. He has 3 of the 4 for the Panthers. It is a 16-point lead here at Cowitz Court for San Joaquin Memorial over Mission College Prep. We're in a 30-second timeout. And Sajin Sindhu with 13 points. Sajin, just trying to make sure we get his name right. We got an assist from Jared Owley on a few of these names.
Well, however you pronounce it, he's playing very well.
Well, Sindhu. We just call him Sindhu.
Sindhu.
Sajin Sindhu. I gotta slow things down. Once I get the hang of it, you know, we'll throw it into rhythm. Hunter Drake bringing the ball up court. Silverstrom on the coverage. Crossover, kicks it to the right to Mott. Mott finds Lerner outside the arc. Back to Mott. Mott looking for an outlet to his left. Decides to drive in, pushing up against the big body.
Nice
Shoots
move.
over, can't connect, and the rebound is pulled in by Silverstrom. And the pass forward, good to Walter. And Walters with his first points of the night. 32-14, an 18-point lead. Royals struggled on Tuesday against St. Joseph, falling their biggest loss of the season.
Yeah, and where they struggled was the second quarter. They were stuck on 19 for a long time against St. Joe, and hopefully they can avoid that tonight and put some points up here in the second period.
That loss was their biggest, 46 points. Followed by their second biggest was to Shelton at the Christmas Classic, 44. And then Buchanan in game 3 at the Holiday Invitational Tournament in Morro Bay. They lost by 35. And the first one good for Colton Mott. Mission Prep 1 for 3 at the free throw line. That foul was handed out to Jackson Silverstrom. Second one no good. Mission Prep stands 1 for 4 at the free throw line. As San Joaquin Memorial 2 for 2, 100%. Silverstrom passes it to Olan Ruwaja. The pass inside, good, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Olan Ruwaja with the deuce, going to the line for the and 1. Deuce Kellogg checking in for Mission Prep. The and one completed.
He can definitely shoot free throws.
7 points for Olin Riwaja. And Hunter Drake with his third three-pointer. That's 9 points for Drake. And Mission Prep has 18. He has half of those. Lead 35-18, and at the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jack Marshalik, wearing number 32 tonight for Mission Prep in his debut on varsity. And the streak to the rim late. Marshalik throws up the rebound. Marshalik with 2 rebounds in the second quarter.
I thought that was the second time Mott had contact going to the hoop, but it wasn't called.
And Tyshaw with the deuce, and the timeout taken by San Joaquin Memorial. Our score 37-18, 19-point lead. And I think that becomes tough when the other team starts to outscore you and starts to double you up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I think happens to players is they think that they try to want to get it all back in one possession. They have to understand that you have to be patient, you have to take care of the ball, you have to take good shots to get back in. And on defensive end, you got to challenge shots and you got to get the rebound, give them one and done. But they're young, they get caught up, and they just start doing things that, again, that'll favor Memorial if they're not careful and speeding up the tempo of the game.
And we can see that San Joaquin Memorial loves to keep the tempo fast. They love the quick breaks on the turnover. And Boudreau getting ready to check back in for Mission College Prep.
Good idea. Tough one. I like what Mott's trying to do, though. He's really being assertive with the basketball, and he's opening up some stuff. And that makes the other team, especially if they're a team that is as good and well coached as Memorial, it makes them have to notice and help out and breaks down the defense. I like what he's doing.
Passed off to the left into the corner on the rotate.
Man,
and
there he is.
Sindhu with his 4th tray.
There he is again.
San Joaquin Memorial with 5 three-pointers. 4 of them from Sindhu.
There you go. Nice.
And Esparza finds his range. And that is the 4th three-pointer for Mission Prep in the contest. Hunter Drake with 3. Jackson Esparza with 1. And another three-pointer dropped in by Aiden Walters. 3 for each quarter for the Panthers. 43-21. 3:01, make that 3 minutes, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Deuce Kellogg throws it up, can't get the shot to sink, and it's rebounded by Ola Riwaja. And the rebound by Hunter Drake, and Drake throws it off of Walters. I don't think he anticipated Walters coming up his blind side.
You know, he actually I was surprised when he got the ball. He actually looked to see the guy on the ground. I'm going so he knows where he's at. Then he lost him. Got to know the guy's coming back in.
And the last to touch it was Jackson Esparza. Mission Prep loses possession back to the Panthers of San Joaquin Memorial, coming out of the city of Fresno. And there were some famous people that have gone to San Joaquin Memorial. Jalen Rose. No, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green. Where did the Lopez twins go? Where did they go to school?
I don't remember.
I remember they were somewhere around there. Clovis West, San Joaquin Memorial, something. I remember hearing stories back in the day.
The foul was handed out to Hunter Drake. I was trying to distract you from the referee calling his name.
Well, the only issue I have is that, like I said, Colton Mott's gone to the hoop a couple of times, and I thought there was some contact. And right here, there's a little bit of contact, and it's called. It's got to be reciprocal, if you ask me.
And both of them made 45-21. And Martinez into the game And 3 Royals on the left corner, 2 on the right. And the miss by Kellogg, and a quick push the other way. And Olin Riwaja laying it up. 18 points, another turnover back to the Panthers. Pass inside. Freeze pushes out to Sindhu. Shot comes up short. And Sindhu thought he had money on that ball. Hunter Drake trying to set this offense, passes it off to Kellogg. Mott getting ready to re-enter the contest with 1:22 on the clock. 3-pointer no good.
Rebound.
Boudreau with the offensive board. Back to Drake, or excuse me, back to Kellogg.
Nice job.
Down low to Jackson
nice
Esparza.
Shot by Esparza. He's one player where I think if he gets his feet set, he gets his eyes on the target, he needs to let it go. Had no problem with him shooting a basketball when he does that.
Under a minute to go. Drake with a turnover, nobody in front of him. And Drake lays it up. And Drake's into double digits, 11 points in the first half. 22-point lead. And Ala Riwaja with 9.
One of the things Memorial's been able to do after a big shot by Mission, a 3, or like the steal and score, they come right back and they're able to score.
And a foul on a 3-point shot committed by Jaden Johnson. And that will send Deuce Kellogg to the line for 3. I always think of Sesame Street when we get to 3, you know, not 1, not 2, but 3. I don't know why. It was my era, you know?
Oh, no, that was mine too. I remember, what was it, Count Dracula?
Yeah. First one a miss for Deuce.
Oh, wow.
Second one off target, 0 for 2 on the trip. Boudreau checks out as Colton Mott re-enters the game.
I thought that was a good round for Boudreau. I thought he played well, played hard. Got some rebounds in there. It was nice.
And Kellogg settles down on the third one. 1 for 3, 5 points for Kellogg in the first half. 18 seconds on the clock. That clock ticking away fast. Shot clock's gone dark. Ball on the high court. Shaw trying to do something with it. Passes it to his left. And the pass inside. Good for Ali Waja. And final second shot thrown up. The Hail Mary by Hunter Drake off target. No good. Our score 51-26, a 25-point lead for San Joaquin Memorial here at Cowitz Court. And what did you see in this first half from the visiting San Joaquin Memorial Panthers?
One, they're controlling the tempo, and that's big. I think they're playing at a pace that they want to play in. They're able to exploit the defense. They're able to penetrate, and I think the last 3 or 4 possessions, they were able to get it right underneath the basket, get point-blank baskets. And then they're also knocking down the perimeter shots, and that makes it tough for the Royals.
And perimeter shots you're talking about, there's 6 of them made, and 4 of them come through the hands of Sajin Sindhu.
Yeah.
He has 16 points on my board. This is all unofficial as I keep score as I talk.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
And then, you know, so he has 4 of the 6 3-pointers. And then Aiden Walters joins in with Jackson Silverstrom with a 3-pointer each. They both have 5 points. 18 for Sindhu. Alari Waju with 13. 5 for Jackson Silverstrom. 6 for Parker Sprees. 6 for Ty Schalk. And 5 for Aiden Waters. Excuse me, Aiden Walters. And on the other side of the ball, 10 points, double digits for Hunter Drake. He has 11. Deuce Kellogg with 5 points. Colton Mott with 2. Blake Boudreau with 2. And Jackson Esparza with 5. Hunter Drake with 3 trays. and Jackson Esparza adding a single on his board. And we've seen the debut of Jackson Marsalek had in his short time on the court, a couple shot opportunities underneath the basket and a couple of rebounds.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little nervous, understandably. You get that ball underneath the basket, you've been watching in the game, the guys are sending shots back, and you get that ball point blank, and you probably get a little nervous and rush it a little bit.
And we will be back with second half action in about 8 minutes. Thanks for being with us on Mission Sports TV. back courtside. The Royals with a hole to dig out of. Curious what was said in that locker room to motivate this squad. They didn't have a lame duck second quarter that they had kind of against St. Joseph. They put up some points. Those totaling 14 in the second, 12 in the first, total of 26.
If they can take a deep breath, they've weathered the initial storm, and maybe more make it more like a practice session and give some goals like, hey, let's get this thing under 20, and let's see if we can just do things a little bit better and improve. This is some of the best competition they're going to see this year, so they might as well work against it and work on the things that they need to do to get better.
Yeah, because competition like St. Joseph, San Joaquin Memorial, as Darnell Harris makes a stop by the table, pick up his beverage that he's left behind.
You don't want to waste these opportunities to play against this type of competition.
You don't get these opportunities every day, and going down the stretch, it's going to prepare you for the likes of going into the playoffs in Division II as Deuce Kellogg collects the first points for the Royals in the quarter. Kellogg with 7. And the shot, no good for San Joaquin Memorial.
Just a big kid right there. I think it says he's listed at a 6'9", if I'm not mistaken. It's a tough matchup for all the guys that are suited up tonight.
Yeah, 6'9", a big Parker Sprees, senior forward.
And right on cue, they take him out. That's nice.
Jaden Johnson comes into the ball game. I believe he has blood on his uniform. Not that you can see it because it's black, but he needs to see the trainer is what they're pointing at. And Deuce Kellogg puts up a shot. It's waved off. And Deuce Kellogg called for the travel, and he looks disgusted by that call. He says, I made that shot. 28-53, the Royals looking to chip away at the lead. Pass inside. Johnson loses it, collected by Boudreau. And Boudreau with a bad pass, trying to connect to Kellogg, and it's turned back over to San Joaquin Memorial. And Sindhu at the rim comes up short, and Kellogg collects that rebound. He's like, I'm on a mission. Left elbow, can't connect.
Early shot.
And as you said earlier, a blocking foul. That was a charge if I saw one.
A lot of times officials, they think the guy has to be standing still. When I was playing basketball 100 years ago, they used to call it player control. The player had to be under control of the basketball. That time the player was out of control, and he ran him over.
And Hunter Drake already with and the argument in front of the broadcast table, Coach Harris saying that Drake took a shoulder to the chest. What better argument can you have for a charge?
I absolutely agree with Coach Harris, and not because I have a dog in the fight, but I just think that it was a bad call, and he's right. You take it in the chest. The guy just can't run you over. He just can't be run over.
Yeah, and he was planted as he could be. Right. In that moment.
And again, the rule book, back when I used to try to coach, I used to read the rule book, and it never said anything about having to be planned. It says legal defensive position. And you can have legal defensive position even if you're moving.
And Deuce Kellogg with some quick footwork on the left side gets the Royals 2. The lead is 25 for San Joaquin Memorial. Pass into the left corner. And the shot by Sindhu bouncing in and bouncing out. Only 2 points in this.
Sindhu has a lot to his game. Very good offensive player.
Only 4 points in this quarter for the Panthers so far. 5:25 on the clock. Ty Shock passes to Sindhu. Up top to Johnson, now to Chalk on the right side. Up top to Silverstrom, and that goes into the backcourt. And that's a backcourt violation. Poor ball handling results in a turnover to the Royals.
So with 5 minutes to go, they're even in terms of the score. You got a turnover there. This is an opportunity to cut into that thing and make them work. That'd be another thing I would ask my team to do is, hey, make them work for what they want to get. Don't give it to them easy.
Three-pointer, corner pocket, bouncing in and out. And rebounded in by Olariwaja.
Get something out of it. Nope.
And the turnover back to the Panthers. Sindhu passes forward, and the pass through the lane, no good, off target. Intercepted by Esparza. And Kellogg at the rim. Rebounded by Boudreau. Boudreau passes it out to Marsalic, who had a look at the rim. Dishes it to his right, and a three-pointer for Deuce Kellogg, 12 points. He's the leading scorer for the Royals. The Royals' first straight of the quarter. And it looks like the Royals are starting to finally have fun in this game.
Yeah, that's
You're
what you
seeing
have to do.
smiles on their faces.
Yeah. Third straight turnover they got. They finally cashed in on that third turnover. And that's what you have to do. If the team's going to give you the ball, you got to try to get something positive out of it. Getting to the free throw line, scoring, whatnot, getting a foul on the other team. If you can do that, it's something positive and it helps you claw back in.
And the Royals cut the lead to 22, 55-33. The Royals on a 7-4 run here in the third quarter, 4:24 on the clock. And Hunter Drake currently sitting at 3 fouls in the contest, the only player in foul trouble. Mission Prep with 3 full timeouts left.
3 full timeouts.
3 full timeouts for Mission Prep. Coaches are aware of it now, and Sprees with the miss, rebounded by Boudreau. Multiple defensive boards for Boudreau in this contest. Picked up the last offensive board for the Royals as well.
The last 4 possessions, the Royals have kept them to nothing. Oh.
And somebody burnt the popcorn in the snack bar. 55-33. It's amazing how that smell of burnt popcorn just fills every crevice of a room.
Yeah. It gets there quick, yeah, and stays there.
55-33, halfway through this third quarter. And the pass inside to Sprees off target. Boudreau comes up with it on the steal. Boudreau was looking to go coast to coast, but he's met by numerous black jerseys. And that ball knocked out of bounds. And the hold called by Sajin Sindhu.
I'm going to beat a dead horse here. That's the 5th possession that they've kept Memorial to nothing.
And the inbound.
At least 5th straight.
And it seems like the Panthers are starting to get a little flustered in this third quarter as they're not able to do their game.
There it is. So now you got it under 20.
Esparza for a 3.
I'm doing my math
55-36.
Good defense. 6.
And the Royals back on offense with a turnover. And the bucket for Kellogg. 55-38. The Royals are fighting. The lead trimmed to 18. Salk with 12 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Left wing, three-pointer. First of the quarter for the Panthers. The first for Ty Salk. He has 11 in double digits, joining Olariwaju and Sidhu. Gallock pushing, fighting, finds Marsalik, throws it up, looking for his first points of his varsity career. And the pass into the corners, Sidhu. Moving it around, Chalk. Three-pointer, left wing, that one off target. And a foul called.
Well, they're scrapping underneath the basket. That's what I'd like to see. I don't have a problem with that foul. Jackson's in there mixing it up with those guys. Gain a little bit of confidence. I don't care what team it is. You start to close the gap, they start to feel it a little bit.
And that shot no good from the right wing. It rebounded by Hunter Drake. And the lead, 58-38. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. Mission Prep maintains. 23 on the shot clock, 1:46 remaining in the third quarter.
Oh.
And a turnover going the other way. Silverstrom laying it up before Kellogg could get to him. 7 points for Jackson Silverstrom. Only 9 points in this quarter.
You can't.
For
Now it's just reversing here. They had a stretch where they were forcing turnovers from Memorial and playing good defense. Now they're starting to just give it back, and you got to avoid those peaks and valleys. You got to play consistent basketball.
Cannon Trainer getting ready to re-enter the contest. Jaden Nozil, the last Royal to hit 1,000 points in his career, has joined the festivities tonight. 60-38. And Sidhu with the bucket, making the lead 24. 18 for Sidhu. Jump shot no good. Royals allowing the Panthers to re-enter this contest and re-engage. And a blocking foul called against the Royals underneath the basket with 51 seconds. And Martinez called for his second foul. It's always interesting to see a small man like Esparza getting these blocking fouls against these big men.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct of the Memorial team just being aggressive going to the basket. And I think that sometimes you get into a situation like this, you challenge your players, hey, take the ball, go to the basket. You know you're going to get bumped, but put it on the official to make a call. Try to finish a play, but put it on them, because if they're going to give them those bumps the other way, we got to start trying to get those bumps. If we remain a perimeter team, we're not going to get those. We're not going to get to the line.
But they got to be careful, as San Joaquin Memorial is 8 for 9 at free throws tonight. That's 8 free points they've given away, which changes the dynamic of this game drastically. Mott kicks it to Trainer. Trainer in the left wing. Back to Mott. Mott dribbles across. 7 on the shot clock. Finds Hunter Drake. Off target. Alariwaju with the rebound. Push forward to Johnson. And Johnson laying it off the glass for 2 points. And he'll go to the line for the end one. And the foul called against Jack Marsalik, getting his first foul of his varsity career.
At one point they had it, 2 minutes ago I think it was at 20. And it's starting to spread again.
It was at 18.
18.
Yeah, 66-38. The lead about to jump to 30 points. Deep three-pointer off the front of the rim, and a throw to the heavens, no good for the Panthers. 1 quarter to go, 8 minutes to decide who's going to walk home with a win tonight. The Royals trying to avoid 4 straight losses. It'll be the longest loss streak of the season, as the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers look to extend their streak to 6 games heading into tomorrow night's contest against the St. Joseph Knights That game tips off on 5 p.m. on the St. Joseph Sports Network. And I only promote that game because I will be on that call.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't get in and watch that game. I think it's gonna be a good game.
And that's why I reached out to the staff over at St. Joseph, asked if they had an opening, if they would invite me into their home, allow me to sit at their table and feast with them as they host the San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. And they said, welcome aboard.
Well, this is a great service you provide for not just Mission Prep fans, but just fans on the Central Coast to peek in and get a chance to see a team like Memorial, get a chance to see a team like St. Joe. And it's great when people, you can't get to Santa Maria, you can't get to San Luis. I live in Paso, and I'm able to watch. I think this is a great service you provide.
Well, it also, I think it allows the fans who want to come and watch the game, they can then go back and see their favorite moments.
Yes. Yeah.
Not everybody in high school level gets to see that. It's either you get a one and done, or you get to rewatch it multiple times.
Right.
So that's what we offer. And so I appreciate your kind words. And we're back underway here in this fourth quarter. 15 seconds already gone by. Esparza gets a screen from Boudreau back to Trainer. Esparza, it slips the pass into the corner to Hunter Drake. Drake drives that baseline. Hard pass to Lerner off target on that bounce. And we go to the rim with Schultz.
If you go to the baseline, you have to have a very good plan of what you're going to do. A lot of players take that ball to the baseline and have no idea what they're going to do, and they end up making a bad decision. Wow.
And 70-38, a 32-point lead. And a timeout taken by Terrence Harris and the Mission Prep Royals. And a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and join them in the timeout. We'll be right back with more action here on Mission Sports TV. And we're back under action. 38-70 is our score. A 32-point lead for San Joaquin Memorial. Esparza accepts the bounce pass. A lob to Lerner. Lerner drives into the baseline. Kicks it to the right corner to Trainer. Trainer brings it to the wing.
Pass coming on out of that baseline drive. I like that.
And Boudreau with the bounce pass to Lerner. Lerner met by the big body, leaving Esparza wide open. His shot ricochets out into the hands of Walters. And the layup the other way, good for Ty Schulk. 16 for the junior guard. 72-38 when they hit 40 points in the lead.
Good.
The clock will go to a running clock.
That was good basketball right there.
But Blake Boudreau
Good
with 4
penetration.
tonight. His career high is 8 for the Royals this season. And the layup underneath, good for Jaden Johnson. He has 5.
Good flash. Great flash by Jackson. High post.
Esparza puts the dribble down, passes to Trainer, and Trainer is fouled on the hardwood. Foul handed out to Aiden Walters. First personal, first team foul. Baseline left side inbounds for the Royals. 5:37, down by 34. Corner pocket. Hunter Drake sends it long. Boudreau
Nice rebound.
puts it back up.
Boudreau again playing solid basketball, getting to the offensive boards. I like it.
And Boudreau picking up where Braden Garrett and Kason Nico leave off on the court, as they are not here tonight, able to play. Well, BG's here, but unable to play with a broken collarbone. And out of bounds off of Mission Prep. And for those who want to understand the toughness of these Royals, even though they're down by a group of numbers that are astronomical right now, Braden Garrett injured his shoulder, got off the hardwood, and the second make, good for the big man, Sablan with the bucket, and he gets a round of applause from his bench. I'm assuming he don't score much, because you always get a round of applause when you don't score much.
Right.
But as I'm saying, these Royals have a lot of grit and a lot of heart and a lot of guts to them.
Yes.
But Braden Garrett took a hard fall in the last game against St. Joseph, picked himself up off the hardwood, played a couple more minutes, then went to the bench, then went home, then realized he hurt his shoulder because he had to wait for all that adrenaline to wear off. Right. And that's where he found himself. But that's not many players. That reminds me of like a Kobe. When Kobe tore his Achilles, he had 2 free throws. He got up, walked over to the free throw line, made the 2 free throws, and then walked himself into the locker room to get checked out. Right. That's just true grit. You can't teach that.
Right. There's a toughness that you want your players to have. It creates, when you do something physically tough, that makes you mentally tough, and that's what you want out of your teams, is the mental toughness to get into games. And it's going to be a little physical. You're going to hit the floor. Too many times today you see people that they hit the floor and they're not sure if they're hurt, and they excuse themselves because they're not sure. They got to find out. Well, Garrett stayed in. You got to appreciate that.
And Mott passes off to Drake. Back to Mott. To the right side. Into the corner to Kellogg. Kellogg drives. And the pass ends up into the hands of Mott, who spins through the lane and called for the travel.
I got to give it to the coaching staff here for the Royals as well, because they are still coaching. A situation like this, sometimes going to kind of take it off. But they're back here coaching, talking about kids getting to their spots, jumping to the ball, blocking off, all that good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, there's the other take to that is I've seen other teams when the wheels start to fall off the bus in a game and they fall behind by 70, by 30 some points, they start yelling at their players.
Yes. And they hang it up. Yep.
There's still instruction being given because there's still opportunity to learn on the court, because this team is a physical team, and the coaches knew they were playing from behind when they started the contest.
Right.
And Hunter Drake gets the buck.
And I know that over the last couple of years, it's been one of the things the coaches have really tried to emphasize with these guys, is offensive rebounding. And I think that's going to be a key for these Royals down the stretch. They get guys on the boards on the offensive end and get second chance opportunities.
And a three-pointer dropped in by Aiden Walters.
Nice.
Bounce pass inside, Deuce Kellogg.
There again is that penetration from Colton Mott, creating something.
And the foul underneath. Blake Boudreau with the foul, not Deuce Kellogg. 2-0, not just 2. Boudreau and Deuce Kellogg check out. Trainer and Martinez re-enter the contest for the Royals. Now, I know you watch our broadcasts. I know you've been at every game for the Royals this season. If you haven't, you've watched the broadcast.
Yeah.
Do you know Hunter Drake's career high?
Yeah, because I was pleasantly surprised that he scored 33 points in a game.
Yeah, 30.
You know, I mean, he's done well over the last couple of years, and he's had some nice scoring nights. But you know, at times he shot the ball really well, and well, I'm probably cheating a little bit too because I do keep the book at some of the games, so I probably was. I think I was keeping the book that game as well. But yeah, you know, you follow your kid. You want them to be successful, and when they do well, at times you know what's going on. So
that was against the Poly Parrots.
yes, down in Pasadena.
And the second miss, no good for Sablin. 2 free throws for him. The foul was handed out to Colton Mott. And a shot off the window. Kyler McAllister.
Thought he got away with the Texas two-step there, a little travel, but I didn't see it for sure.
And Drake can't get that to sink. Drake sets at 13. Season average 13.4. Three-pointer trying to get the Panthers off their feet.
Wow, both same team had that.
Yeah. Another three-pointer, no good.
They're battling. They're battling. You had Esparza, Martinez down there battling. You got to like that, and there's less than 3 minutes to go in the game.
Drake at the rim, cleaning it up. Hunter Drake, 15. Second leading scorer for the Royals, behind Deuce Kellogg with 16. Esparza with 8. Blake Boudreau with 6. And Colton Mott sets with 3. Marshallek checks in. And Lerner checks in as Drake and Mott check out. Esparza checking out as Boudreau runs back onto the court.
I like this. 2 minutes to go. And Coach Harris is going to get some of the younger guys and the reserves in, get them some experience, which not only helps for later on this year, but obviously the future. Get them a real strong taste of playing against a well-coached, good team.
And one of the advantages I see bringing Marshallek up is he has a long wingspan.
Yeah, he's a strong kid. He's a strong kid. And I think once he gets acclimated and gets a little bit more comfortable, he's going to make some contributions on this squad.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, he had, 3 days to prepare? He found out Wednesday morning, so 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, now Friday. You know, it takes you got to hype yourself up for the moment.
One thing about quarterbacks playing basketball is they see the floor pretty well. Just like they're trying to see the field when they're dropping back, they see the floor pretty well. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see some of that skill over the next few weeks.
I did talk to Tom Donovan, different person, Tom Donovan, about his call-up, because Tom Donovan is a junior varsity head coach, and he's been coaching Marshallek all season. And I'm like, why? Besides the obvious, the physical size, why was he called up? And it was the skill sets that he brings, his leadership, his ability to be coached. He's very open to learning the process, and when it changes, he's open to the change. So he brings a lot of different aspects to the table coaches are looking for.
Yeah, and I know his dad, very good athlete at St. Joe's. His mom, I remember when I first started coaching, watching his mom on teams, and she was tough. So I know when he gets at home that he gets some good tutelage as well.
And, you know, his dad has some big hands.
Dad, yes.
So he has big hands too. So he's going to be a great rebounder, I feel. You know, not to put any expectations on the young man in his sophomore season on the team, but
good defense right there by him moving his feet.
And that's something a quarterback has, good footwork. Under a minute to go. Royals down by 31.
Great
and
intensity.
Marcelic
Great
with the
intensity.
steal.
That defensive stand right there is great intensity. Gotta like that, especially from some of your young guys and some of your reserves.
And getting a round of applause is Marcelic, who goes to the line for an opportunity for his first points. And almost a hush over the arena. You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And Jack has his first points. And the second one, back iron, slips through. 2 points in his debut, multiple rebounds, 47 seconds.
Good job. Great rotation to help again by
And
Marcel.
Jacob Martinez with the steal. And Trainer looked like he got a chop to the neck on that one. A lot of pressure coming from Sakesti.
Got the game within a game. I think the Royals are working on winning the last 2 minutes here. They might do it.
Trainer with an opportunity for a couple. And that one rims around. Trainer 3 for 3 in the quarter. The lead is under 30. So the win in this one, if we were to take away a win, the Royals avoided the running clock.
Yes, you always want to do that. They're not going to. Here they go. Look at this unit right here.
And an assist for Marcelic. Lerner on the board.
I got to hand it to this group. They're playing with intensity, and maybe the guys that play more minutes should take note of what these guys are doing.
And Marcelic passes it forward, and no one took the opportunity to collect some points before the time ran out. Our final score, 81-56. And somebody had a 1,000-point game. I'm not sure who it was exactly, but they're exchanging game balls so San Joaquin Memorial can keep the game ball for the 1,000-point game.
Oh, okay.
So they give a Mission Prep a ball.
Okay. I wondered if it was, what did you say, Sindhu? It wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Yes, Sindhu. So congratulations to San Joaquin Memorial, 81-56. Mission Prep's leading scorer, Deuce Callock, 16. Hunter Drake, 15. Adding in Jackson Esparza with 8. Blake Boudreau picks up 6. Cannon Trainer with 4. Colton Mott with 3. Asher Lerner with 2. And in his debut, Jackson Marcelic with 2 points, multiple rebounds, a couple steals. Did a great job.
And brought the intensity.
And that's what we need from this squad going forward. If you want to join me on the St. Joseph Network tomorrow night on YouTube, please join me as San Joaquin Memorial continues their Central Coast journey. For Terrence Harris, Darnell Harris, Brian Vilvin joining me tonight. Matt Drake, excuse me.
And thank you, I appreciate you
and I'm going to give you an opportunity for some final words before we part.
Well, I think tonight the Royals did some good things. I liked how they were assertive. I think, going back again to Colton Mott, going back to the sophomore that's brought up, Marcelic. If they can take that intensity and they get Nico back, play with some cohesiveness, I think they're going to be all right, but I think this last 2 weeks, they've just lost a little bit of confidence, and they need to get that back. I know they play on Monday. They'll continue to work to get that confidence back, and they come back Tuesday in league and be ready to play Arroyo Grande.
And Monday's contest is going to begin against the Liberty Patriots. And we travel to Bakersfield for the Bakersfield Christian MLK Day Showcase. So join us for that on Mission Sports TV Monday as San Joaquin Memorial moves down to Santa Maria to face the St. Joseph Knights at a 5 p.m. tip-off from Hoff-Schulte Gymnasium on the campus of St. Joseph High School. Thanks for being with us. For Matt Drake, I'm Brian Stanley. That concludes